Welcome to Acting from All Angles. Hi, everybody. We have a fantastic show today. We're going to be talking about branding. So exciting. All right. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Julianne Lichty Stratton, and I am the creator of Actors in Action Professional Acting Conservatory, where we train actors to do their best work in auditions, bookings, callbacks. We have a wonderful, fabulous program that we do that gives you a fail-proof process with that. So that's great. We've got a couple of people on today, Lorenzo and Trent. Hi, guys. I'm so glad you're here. And Chelsea's here. Awesome. Yay. We're going to get going here. So I'm super excited about today's show. It's going to be really cool. We're going to dive into a little bit of branding, which last week we talked about type and figuring out what type you were as an actor, which isn't the same as branding. We're going to make that connection, and I'm actually going to put my blog post here in the comments about hey, Trent is saying hi. The blog post about what type are you, so you can go back and read that. And there's also a little worksheet that goes along with that. I'm going to put that in here as well. So if you want to sign up for our newsletter, you can go ahead and just download that worksheet. They'll just ask you to sign up, and you can get the worksheet, and it gives you a work through to figure out what type of actor you are. By type, we mean what would casting see you as quickly and directly, and what are you going to be a shoo-in to book? Okay, so that's awesome. So we worked on that last week. Now we're going to jump to branding. All right, so what is branding? And why did I put in the title, what does branding have to do with Tinder? And why are they similar? They're actually quite similar. So I did some research for this. I've got some great other links to give to you guys as well. But I was watching some Amy Jo Berman videos on branding. Amy Jo Berman is a fantastic acting, branding, marketing coach. She used to be a casting director herself for like HBO and all these big places. And she has this whole program where she teaches you how to do everything you need to know on the marketing side, business side of acting. She goes really deep. It's really fabulous. So I was looking at her, I was just researching around, I was thinking about it. And basically some stuff I came up with is branding is the way you package yourself to present yourself to casting directors, to agents, to directors, so that they can get a nice handle on you. So you figure out what type you are, right? What type of actor am I? And then you figure out how to brand yourself, okay? So basically, it's just a message about who you are. It's your digital image. It's your social media presence. It can go into that. It can be how you come across on the screen. So basically, what you want is you want to figure out what's the best way to brand who you are, the type that you are, and then get it out there. So everything sort of matches. Your headshots, your website, your Instagram account, your Tinder account. I'm just kidding about the Tinder account. It's a different kettle of fish. But let's talk about Tinder. So Amy Jo was talking about how what casting directors do. And she knows this because she cast for years, like, I don't know, 15, 20 years. And she said what they're doing is they're looking for a match. They've got a role to cast, right? They've got a role to cast, and then they flip through all these pictures of actors, and they think about actors, and they're like, do they match the role? Do they match the role? Do they match the role? Yes or no? It's kind of like Tinder. Swipe left, swipe right, swipe left, swipe right, right? And so what you want to do is you want the casting director to swipe right on you. When your picture comes up, when they think about you, they're like, oh my gosh, yes, Chelsea Goodwin is perfect for this role. Let's cast her. Let's bring her in for an audition. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to package yourself so they can easily see that, because I hate to say it, but in my experience, sorry casting directors, but y'all don't have a lot of imagination. And maybe that's good, because I used to come in like to my auditions in New York, and I'd be like, they'll see what I am. I don't have to totally bring it. You know, they'll see how good I am and all that kind of stuff. But the truth is like, you have to be a full package and bring it right to the audition for them to really go, oh yeah, okay, I can see this person as this. Let's give them a call back. Because their reputation's on the line too, right? If they bring in somebody that's not right for the role, and to directors, to Baz Luhrmann and Martin Scorsese and whoever, they're going to look like an idiot, and then they're not going to get hired again. Okay, so they're looking to match you with the character. So think about that. Think about putting your best foot forward, but it has to be an authentic self. Has to be your authentic self. So you don't want to have anybody confused by your brand either. You don't want to go, well, she's kind of like, I don't know, leading lady, but girl next door, but I'm not really sure, but she could be the goofy friend, I guess. You don't want it to be confused, because confusion in your message is going to equate nothing, like a no message, okay? So you don't want to confuse them. You want to be able to match the characters that casting people are looking for, and then your brand should encompass who you truly are. I think this is the trickiest part. The hardest part is allowing yourself to really be present, really be you, and put that into your brand. How do you figure that out? Especially if you have a big range. Because some actors can like play any role. Look at Gary Oldman, look at Tilda Swinton, look at, the big dogs. And there's a lot of other actors too. And you know if you're like a versatile actor, if you're not. So what do you do about that? How do I pick? How do I know? And you might think, oh my gosh, I'm going to get typecast if I just pick to brand myself a certain way. That's not true. It's not true at all. In fact, you're actually going to get more work if you do brand yourself specifically. Okay? So what you need to do is, if you do have a lot of range as an actor, you need to find your sweet spot. What are you most authentically like? What are you? Are you the girl next door who has a goofy sense of humor and is kind of a tomboy? That's really specific, okay? So start branding yourself as that. Are you the guy who's a hopeless romantic, but you're sort of a geek, and you could never quite be leading man, but you could be, leading man's best buddy? Great, awesome. How many roles are there out there for that? Tons, okay? So find what it is, This kind of goes back to what we talked about last week with finding your type. You can ask other people too. You can say, how do you see me? What would be the best way to brand myself? If you can ask people in the industry this question, that would be super helpful. Casting people that you know, or agents or acting teachers, people like that know the industry. You don't want to bug them, of course, but if you get to be chatty with them and say, hey, what do you see me as? And then listen. You might go, are you kidding me? That's not what I am. I'm goofball. I actually had this girl that I was teaching that thought she was like the quirky girl next door best friend, and she looks like Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman. I'm like, no, you are not the girl next door. You are like gorgeous, beautiful, sex bomb, intelligent woman. Let's tap into that. So you gotta get it right, okay? All right, so once you get your branding message, then you're gonna start applying to everything, to your headshot, to your website, to your Instagram, to all that kind of stuff. Okay? All right, that's as far as we're gonna go today. We could spend hours talking about branding. We could have a whole blog on brands. So we're just gonna scratch that surface. I'm gonna give you some links so that you can go deeper. And we will be having more conversations about branding later on, okay? In more acting from all angles. But I wanted to start us out here because I wanted to define what branding is and let us get our heads wrapped around this, okay? So I'm sending you 3 links. We've got one for Amy Jo Berman for her branding videos. We've got another from Branding for Actors for Stage Milk. Stage Milk is a acting school down in Australia that I subscribe to their blog, and they've got a lot of cool things. And then from Backstage, how could you go wrong with Backstage? We've got How to Build Your Digital Brand as an Actor, which is a whole other kettle of fish. That's like, don't be overwhelmed by that. Just start looking at it. Okay, so we're going to be doing later how to brand yourself, breaking down how do I find what I am and what does that mean? How do I get headshots that reflect that brand? How do I get my Facebook page to reflect that brand? What do I do? Okay, we just talked about what branding is. We're going to be talking later another time about how to do it. And then also we're going to go deeper and we're going to talk about building your brand on social media, which is a whole nother kettle of fish too, right? Okay. Okay. Thank you for joining me. There is going to be no show next week because next week is Christmas. Well, it's 2 days after Christmas. And I'm going to be in Hawaii. I wish, I'm going to be here, but we're not going to have a show. But we are going to have the show the next week after, and that is the start of the new year. And what we're going to be talking about then is my famous ABCEFs of acting. Okay, those are the 5 things that you need to do to make it in acting. So we're going to talk about those, and throughout the year, we're going to cycle through the ABCEFs of acting so we can get deeper and deeper and deeper into how to be successful as actors. All right, guys, you rock. Have a merry, super merry Christmas, and I will see you in 2 weeks. And if you have any questions, if you have any topics you want to discuss, please send them my way and we will get those going. All right, have a great week. I will see you next time on Acting from All Angles. All right, adios.